steam, it's time to break one. Call the morning steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
Well, there we go, and a pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Friday, April 10th. We're continuing our day here at the Masters. Today, Wyndham Clark is making big noise here at Augusta, rising up. The only guy shooting anything here today. It's going to be a tough day out there. It looks like a beautiful day, but so far the golfers are having trouble navigating the course. Maybe it's just early. Maybe the good golfers are still to come. We'll see out at the Masters today. Get ready for the show here, and we've got Major League Baseball, of course. We've got NBA. No NHL today. They're taking the day off because they like to do crazy things like that. So we'll have baseball previews, we'll have basketball previews, and we'll talk about some other things here, including coming up here on Saturday on the Sports Money Network. We've got VB MMA picks here for the action on Saturday night here from Miami at the Kaseya Center. Prochazka versus Ulberg, light heavyweights here on Saturday night. The vacant light heavyweight title will be on the line when Yuri Prochazka takes on Carlos Ulberg, and you can get the previews right now up at VB MMA Picks underneath the live tab here on the Sports Money Network. Make sure you check it out over there, and we've got two other previews, and Wiz was our guest this week to preview the action here for Saturday night. I hope you'll see us here on the channel here this weekend. So make sure you're checking us out over at VB MMA Picks. We get ready for this weekend's fight card. All right, just want to mention that here as we get going with our sports betting weekend here on a Friday. Thank you for coming in here and checking out the show, everybody. Want to say hello to the folks coming along in the chat. We'll get started here with Cash Kane, and Nuke is here as well. JP Farley is ready to go. And also here, Robert McCormick. Good morning to Robert there today. Here's a Yodi, and also Trevor Davis. Thank you, Trevor, for your support here of me on the Sports Money Network. Hey, Greg Gibson's with us today. Great to have Greg in there. Knickerbockers, Houston, and Lakers were some winners for him here yesterday. And Public Enemy as well. Thanks, guys, for being here. Hey, we did have some winners here yesterday on the Morning Steam Show. I know that. Let's see what we had here. Some winners yesterday included the early game there with Cincinnati and the Marlins. We had the over in that one to get our day rolling. We had some good winners here for sure yesterday. Also had some other winners in the morning, including the Yankees and the Athletics game to go under. I'll say it went under. It was 1-0 under for a winner here on the morning steam. And we also had the Minnesota Twins yesterday on the run line against Detroit. So 3-0 with the day games right here on the morning steam yesterday. Afternoon not as fortunate, but we did have a few winners here yesterday, including the Arizona Diamondbacks. Definitely had them on the road against the Mets there 7-1 as the Diamondbacks were able to get the win there yesterday for us. Mets led 1-0 after 6 innings in that game, and they came back on them. And that was it for the night crew yesterday, but did have some other winners also in the NBA with the morning steam picks here, including the Miami Heat and Toronto Raptors game to go over. We had the over yesterday as our winner there, 128-114. Also, morning steam winner here yesterday included Philadelphia and Houston game to go under as Houston won at 113-102. Joel Embiid had emergency appendectomy on Thursday and is going to miss a little bit of time here anyway. Hopefully not too much. I mean, they're in the play-in tournament, so you can be ready after an appendectomy pretty quickly, but hopefully he'll get home because Philly's playing today. I don't think he's going to make that game. Also, morning steam winner here. That was it, actually. The hockey games. We did have some big hockey winners. I know that for sure. We had the Islanders there yesterday as they beat up on the Maple Leafs 5-3. He gave you a morning steam winner there on the puck line, actually, there yesterday. Also, we had Pittsburgh here on the show as our morning steam winner over the Devils 5-2. Also brought it home with Ottawa yesterday on the puck line over the Panthers and a 5-1 win there for Ottawa. Easy winner there, probably. Also, we had Buffalo 5-0 over the Blue Jackets as our morning steam winner yesterday. Also a winner here on the show, Carolina on the puck line over the Blackhawks yesterday. 7-2. They crushed them there in that one. Also had a morning steam winner here with Colorado over the Flames 3-1. Colorado was able to pick up that win for us there yesterday. Also had a morning steam winner here with the over San Jose and Anaheim as Anaheim crushed them 6-1 there in that one. And we had the Kings yesterday 4-1 on the puck line. Pretty good hockey results there. All of a sudden, then you don't bring us any games. We're too hot. Books took all the games off the board, maybe. Said no puck for you. All right. Thanks for joining me here on the show, everybody. As we get ready to go, I want to say hello. Let me see if we can get a few more folks in here before we get started. Get ready for the action here on Friday. But by the way, other names at the Masters yesterday. So after the first round, we're already underway here in the second round. But Rory, he's on our card there. Rory tied for lead with Sam Burns. Rory had 6 birdies on the day. He birdied Amen Corner, I think, in there yesterday, or at least a couple of the holes. Also, Sam Burns had an early eagle and 4 birdies in there. Jason Day leads a 3-way tie at 3 under. Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, Justin Rose, veterans in there at 2 under. Brooks Koepka, even par. And just like we said, the live guys struggled there outside. I mean, Bryson 4 over, Rahm 6 over with the 4 bogey day. So, yeah, the live guys struggled a little bit there yesterday. So, all right, I think we got enough here. We'll see what happens there. Thank you for joining me here on the show. We're going to preview, as I said, the Major League Baseball games coming up. But first, You can get more picks from me here every day over at winnable.com/Ramon. This is how you support me here on the channel, and in turn, I try to bring us some winners over there at winnable.com/Ramon. Last night, we came in with some overnight action here. We also had some great plays in some other sports yesterday, so check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon. I had some overnight action in the CBA, also some Aussie sports as well. These are some of the things that I like to get involved with. Sweating out right now. Liaoning plus 7.5 against Qingdao. I think they're going to get there. It's close. I think they went to overtime, but I think we're looking pretty good. And then I had the over with Fujian and Shanghai. Last I heard, they were already 107, 106 with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, so they'd already cleared that total with plenty to go. So 2-0 if you're with me on my premium picks in the Chinese Basketball Association. Do also have some tennis plays up here and ready to go right now. What a match here with Sinner leading Alassim right now in the second set. Over in Linz, Ostapenko lost to Elena Rus over there. I'm a little tilted on that one. How did Ostapenko? God, she looked had that great win there, and man, she lost to Rus here. Got a couple matches starting here momentarily. Alcaraz and Bublik. Also, Andreeva and Kirstia. That's one of my plays over there, so check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon. We also had a rugby winner in there overnight with the premium picks, as I had North Queensland over Brisbane in NRL action. So get with me over there. I had a 2-1 day yesterday in the NHL as well. Did split the Frozen Four as we had Denver over Michigan, but man, Wisconsin, did they look good in beating North Dakota. And Frozen Four championship game coming up, Wisconsin and Denver. Denver's a minus 150 favorite to win their third championship in the last 5 years. They're at the Frozen Four on Saturday, so check that one out. All right, and use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off of that package over there. You know, at the end of the show here, we are going to have a drawing, actually, and someone will win one free month of those picks over there, so hopefully they can get involved with me on some of that overnight action here. It's kind of one of my specialties, so check me out over there at winnable.com, and you can win some plays here too in just a few moments. Okay, say hello to a few more folks. I think we're ready to go. We got enough people in here, I think, right now. And let's see who else came in to join me here. Public Enemy there as well. Terrell, hello. And oh man, how about it? Padres winning on a grand slam, says Terrell there. I did have the under in that game, but not on a public play, but I did. Or maybe it was actually. Yeah. Oh, it was it was the play here on the morning steam. I think Terrell's trolling me here. We had the under there, and the Padres won it with a grand slam in the bottom of the 12th inning. It was the first game to go 12 innings this season, and the Padres won it in a walk-off grand slam. Flea Mathis is here this morning as well. And right, it was very easy. I mean, just give Joel Embiid probably has one of the larger appendixes. Is that what you're right? Appendices. All right, everyone like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Chicago Joe is here today as well. And let's see, and what I say, there's Barr in there, and also Fernando's in there as well. And Barr had a good day in the NBA. Good job, everybody. Okay, we've got enough here, I think, to get started. No use delaying the proceedings here. It's our great sports betting day. There was some other news. You know, the Department of Justice is opening an investigation against the NFL for antitrust violations in handling of TV contract negotiations and how it affects what games are broadcast on the paid versions of the NFL. You know, when you're getting those Netflix games, those games that you have to go to streaming services a little bit that are kind of a little more exclusive. So there was a little bit of news in that. Okay. Here we go. I think I'm ready now. Let's get it started. We're going to start off with a day game here in Chicago because it's Friday. So, you know, all good in the world here. We got a Chicago day game. History would say great time to be a Cubs fan and a Bud man. The Pirates on the road here with Carmen Mlodzinski. He's up against Shota Imanaga. Imanaga, $1.45 favorite here in this one. Imanaga comes in with a 4.5 ERA. Mlodzinski comes in with a 4 ERA in this one. So Cubs favorite here of $1.45. That's down a little bit from some of the numbers that we saw here overnight when it was as high as $1.55, but it seems maybe a little bit of a move here on the Pirates coming in, which okay. So far, Cubs haven't been great. We know that, just 6-6. The Pirates are 7-5 coming in right now into this one. They're actually the team with a better record here coming in. Pirates have lost 2 of their last 3 games. Mlodzinski, no record to show for his 4 ERA so far for Imanaga. 4.5 ERA, as we said, but an 0-1 record. Cubs have won 2 in a row here coming into this one as they were able to take Tampa Bay in the final 2 games of that 3-game set at the Trop. The Pirates are 2-4 as an underdog so far this season, and still for the Cubs here, $1.45-ish anyway. Pirates do have the better record right now, so I better not talk too bad about this Cubs team right now. After all, you got Imanaga going here, the left-hander. Man, let's see what you guys got in the chat. Look, the total here is 7 under 20. I mean, it looks like we're having a little bit of push in here from the win today, but I don't know. With this matchup, I kind of want to go over right now, even with the potential of the wind blowing in here 7 miles an hour from left field. Let's see how you guys have it. There's not a lot of trends necessarily that point to the over necessarily in this game. It was a little bit, it actually was 6.5 under 20 there for a while, but maybe has stabled out here a little bit. Let's see how you guys think of this one. Now, Chicago does dominate this matchup historically. In fact, they've won 10 of the last 14 meetings between the two teams overall here. Also, Pittsburgh's 0-5 against the Cubs in the last 5 games overall. Imanaga does have a pretty good matchup here with some of these Pirates bats in history. The Pirates do have hot bats overall coming in. Man, they've been a pleasant surprise as one of the most surprising offenses so far, ranking in the top 10 in several categories, belying their maybe reputation coming in. 50 degrees right now, or expect to be about 50 degrees here today. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under when they've been playing here in Chicago, but I don't know. Pittsburgh's been going over here over the last few games. They've gone over in 6 of their last 8, and they've won 6 of their last 8 coming in. So that's kind of what's been carrying them a little bit as they've been. Now the Padres did beat them 2 out of 3. So I'm going to go over in this one with the Pirates and the Cubs. I'm going to go, I don't know if it's contrarian, but I'm taking the over in this one as my play today. Give me the over with the Pirates and the Cubs today. Let's see what you guys have. I feel like I'm a little bit contrarian here. Let's see. Cubs run line for Bar. Kane says Cubs first 5 money lines. Stop Geo's here today. Farley's on the Cubs on the run line. So is Fernando. Greg's on the Cubs here as well. I think the Cubs can win, but I don't really like the price too much. Maybe $1.45. I like it a little better. Fernando says first 5 under. Andrew K is here. And that's what I went. Terrell. Man, Terrell, did you type that in after I started hinting at my play, or are you on the same page as I am, I think, here? If I don't have it blowing 12 to 15, I'm thinking over with the matchup here today with Majinski and Imanaga. Look, obviously I like Majinski more than most, but these guys still have kind of elevated ERAs a little bit. The trends would say under, but I just think when you have a like Terrell said, a non-suppressing environment, and Pittsburgh does have, they've had a few road unders here of late. I don't want to. They've been at home though. I'm going over. Okay, I'm going over. That's it. Pirates public enemy here for the Pirates today. Okay. Let's just keep it moving here right now. That's the day game. We're going to the night card here. Next up, here we go. We've got the Diamondbacks on the road taking on the Phillies here. Arizona's playing a little bit better here than Philly right now. Arizona with a couple of wins here. Got Soroka going. Arizona back-to-back wins over the Mets. They've been playing well here right now. They are just 2-4 on the road, and also they're 3-5 as an underdog. But I don't know. This is a pretty big price here, $1.80. You got Soroka here in the Diamondbacks playing pretty well coming in. Soroka, 0.9 ERA, 1.22 whip, but 13 strikeouts, 10 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 earned run so far this season, 8 hits, 1 earned run so far for Soroka. For Luzardo, meanwhile, he's got an ERA close to 5 and a 0.95 ERA. Does have 18 strikeouts and 12 2/3 innings, so he is knocking them down here certainly. But $1.80 here. You go in Arizona's coming in here pretty hot. Let's see how you guys have this one with Philadelphia and Arizona here today. Total there is it 8.5 or has it gone down? If it's 8.5, I mean, I know the Phillies have been going over here at home so far. Man, 4-1-1 to the over at home. Arizona 4-1-1 to the over on the road. Oh man, I know the Sharps are going to be all over the under in this one, but it's hard when you got the two teams site specific. Arizona going over every game on the road. They're 8-4 to the over overall too, and Philly definitely going more over at home than on the road. Man, but that total is 8.5. So you got to deal with a top-heavy number here. Arizona's hot, but the road splits for Arizona not so much.
Final.
They're 7-6 overall, but 2-4 on the road. Philly's got a bullpen edge here for sure. You'd think 3.9 ERA for the Phil's bullpen here. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they got a bullpen ERA of 5.4. Thanks to those of you just joining us who watched the Doosan Bears beat the KT Wiz in 11 innings, 8-7. It was 4-4 after 7 innings. And it didn't win all the way to the 11th inning when the Doosan Bears scored 4 and the KT Wiz scored 3, but it was Doosan winning it. Gotta update my records here on that.
Final.
Yannick Sinner just beat Ajay Alasim 6-3, 6-3 for Sinner. Man, he just doesn't matter with Sinner. Just beats him every time, doesn't he?
Final.
Let me update some of the records there. Okay, let's see what you got. I'm going to take the over in this one with Arizona and Philly. I think we've seen overs so far, right? I mean, combined site-specific 8, 2, and 2 to the over so far. I think I got to go over here for now. Yeah, I think, you for sure here you got Luzardo should be able to knock this ERA down a little bit coming in from a 5. But Soroka's kept his ERA under 1 so far. So even if he regresses, say he has a good game here. I know a lot of people aren't big on Soroka, but the Phillies have 2 losses in a row coming in to the Giants there where they got shut out in back-to-back games on the road. Good thing they're back home now. I'm going to go over. I think they'll get off the snide a little bit. Give me the over in that one. All right, here we go with some more picks. Bar is on the Phillies. Farley says Phillies first 5. Mark Lambert's here. Diamondbacks on the money line. Cash King says Diamondbacks run line, but Phillies might break out and score a bunch of runs. Luzardo over at his case for Kane. Fernando wants the Diamondbacks team total under. And Cash Kane talking a little soccer today. We've got a nice international card here today, including action from the English Premier League. Wolves and West Ham. Serie A, Pisa and Roma. Spain, you got Girona and Real Madrid. Action in Mexico tonight, including my Tijuana Xolos on the road at Juarez, hanging out on the border.
Final.
2 border teams. And in the Bundesliga, Hoffenheim and Augsburg today. A couple of games in France as well. Monaco and Paris. Metz and Marseille. Public Enemy likes the Diamondbacks on the run line. All right, next up, we're going to keep it moving here today. We got the Marlins and the Sheriff is in town. Chris Paddock. Paddock so far with an 8.31 ERA. Keter Montero coming in with their own problems here. 4.15 ERA. Both pitchers 0-1. Miami's won 2 in a row, though. The Marlins are coming off those back-to-back wins over the Reds. Reds have been hot, but the Marlins did the job on the Reds there, pounded that pitching finally, and held the Marlins down. Detroit, meanwhile, is on a losing streak. Man, rough times for the Tigers. They didn't see this coming. Tigers are 4-9 right now, one of the worst records in the league currently. Miami's 8-5 so far, but to be fair, Tigers have been on the road. They went so far just 2-8 on the road. They're back home now where they're 2-1 on their one homestand that they had to open the season. Same thing for Miami. They've kind of taken advantage here on with their home schedule to go 7-3 at home, but they're 1-2 on the road here so far. So we got Paddock here, 1.73 whip, 10 strikeouts, and 8 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 8 earned runs so far for the Sheriff. For Montero here, 0.92 whip to go with that 4.15 ERA. So not bad, but just 3 strikeouts, just 4 1/3 innings. So not a lot of work so far in just one start there for Montero. But he is $1.45 here total. 8.5 over at -115 here in this one. Let's see how you guys have it here with this matchup between the Marlins and the Tigers here. Boy, I'll tell you what. Yeah, Paddock is not good, but that's a pretty big 8.5 number there here in Detroit today. Detroit's spiraling out of control here with these 5 straight losses. Miami's got an excellent bullpen, 2.84 ERA so far. Paddock's got up and down numbers against the opposing lineup here in the head-to-head BVP, but man, Miami's gone over here a lot lately. Boy, look at the numbers on the Marlins here, 9 of their last 10 games have gone over right now, including 5 of their last 6 on the road. Detroit's lost 5 of their last 6 games at home against the Marlins here. Let's see how you guys have it here in this one with Miami and Detroit. Wow, a lot of runs. But here's the thing. I think for Miami, right, they are, 8-5 here, so good record so far. They did take advantage of a little bit there, 15 runs in those last 2 games. So, look, this offense has been pretty surprising too for Miami. Who saw this coming? Third in batting average, fourth in OBP, fifth in RBI so far, fifth in total bases, second in stolen bases, third in hits, first in the league in triples, but only 22nd in home runs. So Miami producing the offense with the old school there. They don't need the home runs. Detroit, meanwhile, next to last in the league in home runs so far. They are fourth in doubles, which is interesting. They're also fifth in walks, but so far next to last in home runs for the Detroit Tigers here so far. Wow. Let's go to the chat here, see what they got. Okay, I think it is VAR on the under here. Cash Kane says Tigers in the over. Farley says Tigers first 5, team total over. Kane says you can't like that price for a team on a losing streak like this, even if it is Paddock pitching. Okay. Good to see you there. R. Thompson's here today. All right, R. Thompson made it. Mark Lambert says Miami top 5 OPS and 8th in WHIP. Wow. Tigers tough to back, right? What's not to like? You get Miami as a dog here, says Mark. Great observations again from Mark. Public Enemy, though, likes the Tigers. And let's see here. Tigers run line for Fernando. So there is some support out there for the Tigers here. Now, look, I know that Miami's been going over here, but I don't know. In this setting, Paddock has been roughed up. Montero has a good whip so far. Detroit really not hitting for power. I'm going to take the under in this one with Miami and Detroit. Give me the under here, despite Miami's rush of overs here of late. A lot of overs. 9 of 10. The Angels are on the road here taking on the Reds. Jack Kohanowitz goes for the Angels here. The Angels are 6-7. The Reds are 8-5, and they go with Chase Burns. Kohanowitz here, 4.65 ERA, but a 1-0 record. The Angels have lost 2 in a row here to the Braves coming in. They lost that series. It kind of snapped a little win streak they had. Lost the final 2 in the series, that being outscored there, 15-4. The Reds, meanwhile, also has lost 2 straight, as we mentioned, to the Miami Marlins here. But, man, you got Chase Burns going here. Burns, so far, 0.81 ERA, 0.61 or 0.91 WHIP, 10 strikeouts in 11 innings. Just 6 hits allowed and 1 earned run. Kohanowitz, meanwhile, 1.55 WHIP coming in, 9 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs. So definitely have Chase Burns here in pretty good position. He's looked good so far. Picking up where he left off, kind of maybe even getting better this year. Now, I know I like Kohanowitz a little bit. Maybe a little more than most. Reds coming in here, just a favorite for the second time this season. Reds are Let's see here. They lost that series, or they split that series with Miami, did the Reds. Okay. Let's see what you have here in this one with Kohanowitz and Burns. I think I'm taking the under here in this one with the Angels and the Reds at 9 runs. I'm going under here. Let's see how you guys have it. Now, it is a interleague game. The Reds are 10-0, 10-1 against the Angels in the last 11 meetings. Also 7-0 in Cincinnati against the Angels. Now that is a little bit of a sample size here. Really, it's over several years because it's an interleague series. But the Reds have the great bullpen so far, 2.66 ERA. The Angels have had some overs here of late. Just went over in all 4 of those games against the Braves, but there was some offense there in Anaheim in that one. I think we're getting back to some pitching here. I'm going to take another under here. I probably have too many unders already today, but with Kohanowitz and Burns here, especially with Chase Burns right now, I'm going to go under in this one between the Reds and the Angels here. 4 of the last 6 meetings have gone under, but I've gone under. And I'm going to go under. Man, the Angels struggle against the Reds, but again, interleague series, so could take it with a grain of salt, or maybe there is something to it. Let's see what the price is. Too high. The rent's too high, says Mark. Cash Kane has the Reds' first 5 under. Twisted with his plays here. Pittsburgh money line, Diamondbacks run line, Marlins money line. Reds game under. Barr is on the Angels on the run line here. Farley's going under. Terrell says you got to take the Angels team total over at the small park. I'm going to go under, I think, with Burns going. Give me the under here. Next up, the Twins are on the road taking on the Blue Jays here. The Twins are on a roll here. 4 straight wins for the Twins. Win Twins. And that's what they did against the Tigers at home in a 4-game sweep. Dominated Detroit. Oh, my. That's what happened to Pittsburgh. That's what happened to Detroit in that series. For Toronto here, they did snap their losing streak. They finally beat the Dodgers 4-3 last time out. Had a day off, but were able to finally beat the Dodgers there in that deciding game of the series after they were pretty much humbled in those first 2 games. So they did get 1 out of that. Give them a little credit there. But for Simeon Woods Richardson here, 2.31 ERA, 1.11 whip, 6 strikeouts in 11 innings. Simeon Woods Richardson, could he be on the improve here? I don't think he's been a disappointment in his career. I think he's done a nice job in his career so far. Maybe under expectations here, but so far so good. Meanwhile, for Patrick Corbin, makes his first start of the season here for the Blue Jays. Let's see how it goes with Corbin here in the lineup. What do you think will happen today here? Minnesota has won 4 of their last 5 coming in. Toronto was on a 6-game losing streak before they won that last game. So maybe a little bit of value on this dog given the current form. Both teams are seeing some unders here, if I'm not mistaken, right now. Let me see here. You got Minnesota here, 2-6 to the under as an underdog. Toronto so far, 3-6 to the under at home. Both teams coming in here, 5-7 to the under overall. Toronto's 5-7 this season, and Minnesota comes in here 7-6, but 2-4 on the road here. Minnesota's lost 4 of their last 6 against Toronto. 6 straight meetings between the 2 teams have gone over, including 4 of the last 5 meetings between the 2 teams here in Toronto. Man, interested to see what Corbin does. I'm just might have to take a stand here on the first start of the season and think that maybe it will be an under. I mean, you look at these 2 teams right now. You're in this under setting, it feels like. Toronto, plenty of unders, especially at home. Minnesota, not only under in 4 of their last 6 on the road, but last year they were going under all the time late in the season there. Let's see what the chat has to say. I might just have to go under here. But let's see what you guys have. Maybe I could go with this with the side here. We got the Twins going up against the left-hander here. Okay, here we go. Twins and Jays. All right, under here for Bar. Blue Jays money line, first 5. Kane doesn't like Corbin, but Nuke says, how is Corbin $1.40 in his first start here? Looks like the Blue Jays made an effort to make sure they just signed veteran pitchers that maybe could find some kind of success this season, right? The only way I can look at it a little bit with some of these guys. Public Enemy on the Twins. Andrew K's got me winning the Masters here. Corbin so far not a good mark since up there in Toronto. Fernando on the under here. And Kane says, how will it go here for Corbin? 9 Legacy says Blue Jays run line, Tigers run line, Diamondbacks money line, Reds run line, Pirates money line. And Fernando says Twins team total under. All right, man, I kind of like Minnesota here too, but I'm going to take the under in this one right now. Give me the under here with Minnesota and Toronto. Man, these American League unders, huh? Kane says, I made money betting against Corbin. You see Corbin out there, you get out your app. Bublik and Alcaraz coming up here. Alcaraz certainly in his element here, but this is going to be a tough match to cover the game spread, I think. Okay, I think that's it for that one. I'm going to take the under there in that one. All right, here come the Yankees now. Luis Gil comes in here. The Yankees have lost a couple games in a row. For Gil, he's going to make his first start of the season. In this one, Yankees have lost 2 straight to the A's. Man, what's going on there? At home, lost twice in a row, 3-2 and 1-0 yesterday. The A's got the win. For the Rays here, they've lost 2 straight at home to the Cubs. Cubs came in and won the series. See what you think here in this one with Eel. But for the Rays, Steven Matz, he gets the start. 4.0 ERA, 1.0 whip. 10 strikeouts, 11 innings so far, 8 hits, 5 earned runs for Matz. Talk about guys that really haven't fulfilled their career expectations, but he's a veteran, he's been there. Look, it could be worse here than Steven Matz at this point, but hey, he's on the Rays for a reason here. All right, we got home with Lanning. In Chinese basketball there as our pick comes home there, our premium pick. The Shanghai game went over too, so we went 2-0 in our Chinese basketball picks. Join me at winnable.com. Okay, now let's see though what you got here in this one, the Yankees and the Rays. So Steven Matz in here. Hey, not awful so far, I guess. Yankees are 8-4 coming in, 5-1 on the road so far. Meanwhile, the Rays 1-2. Yankees were enjoying their time when they'd play Tampa Bay there for a couple of years in the Steinbrenner Field, but we're back at the Trop now. Let's see if that holds well for Tampa Bay. So far, the Yankees are 1-4-1 to the under on the road and 3-6-2 to the under as a favorite. But Tampa Bay's 8-3 to the over so far, 2-1 as a favorite, and 3-2 to the over as an underdog. So a little bit of contrast there for the two teams, but still, I don't know. Here in the Trop, I would think it will 8.5 over 20. I don't know if I'd like that over necessarily. I might prefer the under here in this one. Let's see what you guys have. Here we go in the chat. Ready to hear from you. Okay, Rays here. And Kane says the Rays play those Yankees tough every time, right? I think it'll help the Rays back at the old concrete jungle there in Tampa Bay. Farley here on the Yankees money line. Mark Lambert leans to the lean under. He's got the Rays here. And Barr just says, oh, Yankees on the run line to just get it done here against these guys. Look, Yankees still looking fine. Rays are just 5-7 so far. They're not looking that great. But, okay, I think we can get behind this one. New York is, pretty much has the Rays number here of late. They won the games last year, kind of dominated the series last year between the two teams, won the last 5 meetings between the two. Yankees also best ERA in the American League right now, 2.7. The Rays are struggling out of the bullpen thus far. Rays pitching, inflating some of the totals on these games because the bullpen has been so bad, but they have closed it down here a little bit of late. Yankees only 13th in home runs so far this season. The Rays are the ones that got some of the, 6th in batting average, 8th in on-base percentage so far, 11th in hits, so good offense, but I'm going to go under in this one. Look out, I'm going with another under here. How many unders we got so far? I'm going under in this one with the Yankees and the Rays at the Trop. Greg says it'll be 5-2 Yankees. Rays run line here for Twisted. Robert's on the Yankees' first 5 run line. Fernando thinks maybe a lean here to the Rays. Team total under. And Greg has it 4-2. Yankees put up runs in Tampa. Their second home. But, yeah, they're a little bit different now. And there's no doubt. Look, I think the mojo is a little bit different. They don't pack the Trop. We know that. In fact, the outdoor was kind of getting some fans. But the Trop has its own level of mystique when you're playing. I think that always helps the Rays. Twisted says New York money line's $1.40 and the Rays run line is $1.40. So take the Rays on the run line, he says. Okay, interesting point. Said Twisted. I'm just going to take the under so far. Another under for me. Uh-oh. I've got a lot of unders today. If you're watching the games and you see a bunch of high scores, I'll be crying in my Pepsi. All right, the Athletics are on the road here. JT Ginn going up against Clay Holmes. Ginn has a 5.14 ERA, no decisions so far. Clay Holmes 1.42 ERA. He's 2-0. The Mets come in here with a pair of losses here last out against Arizona as they lost that series for the A's. Meanwhile, we know they won their series against those Yankees. So good job here by the A's. But I don't know, Clay Holmes has looked pretty good so far, and again, not so much. A's are 3-6 on the road so far this season. Also, the A's are 1-7 to the under on the road so far this season. It has not been very productive once the A's have hit the road here. Even though they did beat the Yankees in those 2 games, they only scored 7 runs in the 3 games in there, and that's including the fact that they had some high scores at home against Houston. They're still 1-7 though. On the road here are the A's to the under. That'll stop you in your tracks a little bit. Could we just take another under possibly in this game with the Athletics and the Mets today? Let's see what you got. Man, I'll just go under every game. We can go to the chat here in this one and see what you got with the A's here on the road against the Mets. A's are in decent form, but the Mets have a bullpen edge, I would think. They've got strong home over splits as well, dating back to last season, but so far just 3-2 to the over at home. 14 of the last 19 meetings between the two teams have gone over, but it is an interleague matchup, so really that's a sample size of about 6 or 7 years. Let's see what you think here in this one. Man, I want to give the A's a chance, but I think Holmes just too solid here in this matchup. Okay, here we go. I think we've got some picks coming in from the chat. Here we go. Cash Kane likes the Mets on the money line here. And Mark says this is a strong situational spot to go under, especially, I guess, with the A's on those unders, huh? Man. Farley's got the Mets on the money line. Greg says the Mets need this game bad. It's only 13 games into the season. Kane says maybe the Athletics are kind of celebrating a little bit after those wins. Barr, Mets on the running line. Roberts on the under. I think I like the under again. Greg here's on Philly. Yerpy for Torelli says Mets are currently fourth in first inning runs. The A's are 27th in giving up runs. That's the kind of insight that you can't replicate here from Terrell. If you don't take advantage of that one, what are you going to do? Robert likes the Mets first 5. Mets make them pay here since Kane. All right, I'll take the under. And I'm going to go under in this one. Another under for me. Man. At least I had that over in the Cubs game. Not just all unders, but I am today. All right, the Guardians and the Braves should be the Indians and the Braves. Come on. Slade Ciccone World Tour, 5.23 ERA, 0-1 record. Bryce Elder has been terrific so far for Elder. Man, how about it? No ERA, 0.85 whip, 13 Ks in 13 innings so far. 9 hits allowed, 2 earned runs. Two runs, none earned here for Slade Ciccone. Or for Bryce Elder. For Ciccone, not good numbers. 5.22 ERA, 106 the whip, 11 strikeouts in 10 and a third innings, 7 hits, 6 earned runs so far for Ciccone. Cleveland's been strong, though, on the road so far. 4-3, but I think they're much better than that. And Braves, oh man, they could be a little overvalued here at $1. What is it, $1.35 right now? Yeah, but the Braves are 8-5. The Guardians are 8-5. Both teams playing well to start the season here. Also, Braves. So how about this? 0-6 to the under at home. Uh-oh. Guardians are under in 7 of their last 10 overall, too. Watch out. Are we going to have another under here, possibly? Braves bullpen, 0.82 ERA so far. I think that's number 1. I don't think anybody else is going any lower than that right now. So Braves, man, they're really doing a number here so far this season. Good job by these Braves. 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two have gone under. This is an interleague game, so you might ignore the fact that 10 of the last 12 meetings between the two teams here in Atlanta have gone under as well. Cleveland's gone under in 7 of 9 overall. The Braves have gone over in 4 of 5. You want to at least a little trepidation there with all these under stats I'm giving. But let's see what you guys think in this one with the Braves and the Guardians here. Elders look good. Here we go. Let me see here. I'm trying to find the plays. Here we go. Atlanta money line here for Twisted. Farley's on the under. Also, Cash Kane, Braves money line, first 5. Barr likes the Guardians on the run line here. I'm taking the Braves here on the money line for me. Give me Bryce Elder right now in a matchup of two teams that are looking pretty good here so far. Braves are even 7-3 as a puck line favorite, but the Guardians are 7-3 as a puck line underdog. You see a Barr there with the Guardians on the puck line. You look at this Guardians lineup. definitely a big surprise so far with uh, DeLauder really strong on those numbers, really up and down the lineup. Not Hoskins is starting to pick it up here. Stevie Raekwon 245. Maybe expect a little bit more out of the lineup, even though we know the Guardians can have a weak lineup. For the Braves here, Drake Baldwin still on fire here, 321 average so far to start season. Matty Olson's at 280, Ozzy Albies 275, Dom Smith 290, and Dubon's been hot too. Okay, here let's see what else we got. Okay, Robert went with the Braves on the money line. Terrell's got Kenny Lofton to steal a base. Man, wouldn't he'll steal second and third. Guardians money line here for 9 Legacy. I'm going to take the Braves. I'm going to take the Braves. Okay, next up now, the Giants are taking on the Orioles. Sounds like a beautiful uniform combination. And the Orioles come in here, 3 straight wins right now for Baltimore. Nice job. They come in here off of the series victory over the White Sox. They swept them on the road. All of a sudden, Baltimore, a little winning streak when you're playing the White Sox. But watch out today when you got to take on these Giants. Giants just beat the Phillies 2 straight games, 6-0 and 5-0. Shut out the big bad Phillies and those awesome bats. You got Shane Baz just $1.20 here, 8.5 under at -115. Baltimore 6-3 is a favorite so far. Giants are 4-6 as a dog. Giants are 3-5-2 to the under as an underdog so far this season. See how you guys have this matchup. San Francisco actually has won 4 of the last 5 meetings here in Baltimore, but obviously we've got a interleague game here. Baltimore, known for their home unders, but just 3 overs and 3 unders so far this season. So let me know what you have here in this one. I'm probably just going to take the home team here with Shane Baz and the Orioles. I'm going to take them at -$1.20 against the Giants today. Not too thrilled about this Giants lineup right now. I know Baz here, 4.09 ERA, 1.27 whip, 9 Ks, 11 innings, 5 earned runs. Landon Roop, not much better, 4.29 ERA, 1.13 whip, 14 Ks, and 10 2/3 innings, 9 hits, and 5 earned runs for Roop. So, look, I don't want to get into the total too much here, but San Francisco just went basically held Philadelphia to no runs. Let's see if that's it for the chat here in this one. I think we got a few more plays here. Let's see. Giants. Oh, there we go. Giants. First half money line for Kane. And Mark says pretty good matchup here. Pretty good pitching. I agree. I think it's an underrated pitching matchup here. These guys' numbers not too great so far, but first 5 under lean, San Francisco lean. Not going to take it though. What's Public Enemy saying? I'm taking under with all. I took over in the Cubs game. Public Enemy took over in the Cubs game. All right, and the wind's not even blowing out. Robert's going under here. Farley, he's on the O's money line. And the Public Enemy says this is an under game. It does feel like an under game. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Orioles here because they got to save some of my unders here. 9 Legacy, Giants run line, also bar, Giants run line. And here's Giants money line. A lot of Giants support here, though. Okay, I'm taking the O's. Next up here, what do we got next? Guardians and we just did that game. Here we go. Nationals taking on the Brewers. And you got the Nationals here with Jake Urban. He's got an 8 ERA so far. Chad Patrick, 0.96 ERA. I think Chad Patrick had his last start either delayed or pushed back, but he's ready to go now. Both teams off a couple losses here. For Washington, they dropped 2 in a row to St. Louis. They've been struggling here a bit, no doubt, so far. 4-8 for Washington, although they are 3-3 on the road. Also, 3-7 in their last 10 overall for Milwaukee here. 8-4 record so far, 5-1 at home, 6-1 as a favorite. Man, Milwaukee's been off to a good start here, and looks like they have a pretty good advantage in the pitching department here with Patrick. Washington just 1-7 in their last 8 and 0-6 actually versus Milwaukee. Brewers bullpen looking strong here too, 2.66 ERA. Now the series is a hardcore over here for sure. Now we might have an over in this one, guys. Washington's 9-3 to the over so far. Milwaukee's 7-5 to the over, 5-2 to the over is a favorite. I might actually like the over in this one. Patrick's got some good numbers here, but we'll see if they're sustainable right now. But I am going to take the over in this one with Washington and Milwaukee. Look, Milwaukee's bats have been doing they've been doing a pretty good job so far. Fourth in total runs, third in RBIs. Washington, we know their offense has been hot. They are fourth in batting average, fourth in RBI, third in total runs, fifth in stolen bases. Milwaukee's first in stolen bases. Washington's fourth in homers. Wood is hitting them out all the time. So, okay, give me an over. Pressure was on. Too many unders. You got to like the over. I'm going to like the over in this one. Milwaukee, pleasant surprise here to get this offense going here early. Got Bryce Terang, 270. Yelich on fire, 370. Garrett Mitchell so far, a 310 batting average here. Lockridge, 300. Who are these guys? So far, so good. I'm taking the over in this one with Washington and Milwaukee. Brewers run line for Cash Kane. Public Enemy says over in this one. Robert's going Brewers run line. Robert also likes the over. Farley says Brewers minus 2.5. Kane says Milwaukee win this game with ease. Bar's on the over. And let's see here. Fernando, Brewers money line and team total over. And Mark Lambert, nice to see you there. Talking a little high school softball action. He says take over 1.5 possibly. And thanks to Noli coming in. Well, look, I mean, Noli, I don't know if you just got here, okay? I picked like 5 unders so far, and everybody in the chat's mad at me. Help me, Noli. Set them straight. Anyways, Noli's going to give us the under in that Guardians-Braves game. Thank you to Noli. Thank you, Noli. I'd have gone with the under in that game too, but I was giving out too many unders, and they were all yelling at me for too many unders. So I just gave out the Braves with Bryce Elder. Looks like Noli thinks Bryce Elder will have a pretty good start here too. Thank you, Noli. Milwaukee team total over though here I'll talk about that Milwaukee game there. Thank you on that one, Terrell. We're on the. Oh, did I get? Do I have the wrong graphic up here? No, we're good. Okay. Oh, Noli was talking Guardians Braves. That's what it was. Thank you, Mark, for that great comment in there. I love me some. I was editing some high school softball stories last night, like I like to do on my. I don't know if a lot of people know I cover high school sports still in my community, my old community, every night. All right, here we go. Next up. Now the White Sox are taking on the Royals here. Davis Martin goes for the White Sox here. The Royals and Chris Bubich. Now look, I know that I just gave out 5 unders and Noli was here and he gave out an under, but this is an American League Central game. I don't know if you've been watching the show, but the American League Central is having a rash of unders once again, as if they didn't last year too. But here we are again, and you got these two teams. Now, to be fair, the White Sox have been going over here in a lot of games to start the season. They just won, though, yesterday, 2-0 over the Royals here. 2-0. 2-0 last night behind a great pitching performance, great team pitching as well. But you had Seth Lugo. He got the loss. Anthony Kay for the White Sox, he got the win. 5 2/3 innings, just 3 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks to 6 Ks for Kay. So we got Davis Martin here with good numbers too, man. Davis Martin's look good so far. 2.45 ERA, 1.18 WHIP, 12 strikeouts, 11 innings, 9 hits, just 3 earned runs for Davis Martin. For Kansas City's Chris Bubich, 4.09 ERA, 109 WHIP, 12 Ks, 11 innings, 8 hits, and 5 earned runs. $1.70 here for Kansas City. Oh, you know what, man? I don't know about that. Davis Martin's look good. The White Sox have been okay so far. Yeah, they're 5-8, but so are the Royals. Now, granted, also White Sox are just 2-5 on the road, but they're 5-5 in their last 10 games overall coming in. Chicago has lost 16 of the last 20 against Kansas City, to be fair. 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams have gone under. Kansas City's not 4-9 to the under so far, although more so on the road than at home. They are 3-4 to the under at home, however, 1-5 to the under on the road. So let's see what you have here with the White Sox and the Royals today. You know what to do here. I think this line is too high, though. But the White Sox are playing fine. The Royals are having some problems. I'm going to take the White Sox here on the run line today at plus 1.5. It's a little, it's kind of hard. White Sox here at the minus $1.45, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the White Sox on the run line plus 1.5. But I wouldn't be surprised. Look, we could get another under here. We could. Promise you we could. All right. Bar says Royals on the run line. Public Enemy says Royals White Sox under here. And Mark, let's see here. He says they have the White Sox money line K over on his strikeouts. Great. Mark, Colorado money line. What a game for the Padres, huh? Maybe the White Sox there. I'm taking them. Farley's on the money line with him. Terrell's on the puck on the run line here. He says Sox so far best value team in baseball, although just 5-7 or 6-7 on the run line there, right? So, but you're always getting such a great price with the White Sox that again, you just want to get that plus money eventually. And that's what the Sox have been doing so far. They are up a unit and a quarter, I think, at home so far. All right. And I'm going to take the White Sox there. Mark says, don't take a run line at home, that's for sure. Okay, I'll take a run line on the road. That's what I'll do. All right, Mark says, got to go. Thank you. He's got Houston as best bet. Thank you to Mark. Appreciate you as always. All right, we're a few away from that Astros game, so I guess I'm glad he left us with that pick. Here we go. Next up, the Red Sox and Connerly Early is going up against the Cardinals and Dustin May here. Well, May has looked pretty shaky here so far for the Cardinals. Got a 15 ERA right now. 15. He's got a 16 ERA, 0-2 record. Connerly Early, 2.89 ERA, no record to show. Boston's won 2 in a row here, but so have the Cardinals right now. Boston here, of course, just had those back-to-back wins against the Brewers. Give them some credit there, and those were good games. Cardinals, meanwhile, with back-to-back wins over Washington, winning those games by a 13-7 count overall. For Boston here, man, Boston so far 1-5 on the road. St. Louis 4-2 at home. So a little bit quirky here, but I think they've got the pitching advantage here for the Red Sox right now with Connerly Early here. But Boston's lost 5 straight on the road. St. Louis does have decent home form. Also, St. Louis here at home, usually a home team over, but so far not much to show on as far as trends are concerned with the totals. But Boston, dating back to last year, they were having some unders, but right now 4-2 to the over overall. So 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over, and 5 straight meetings between the two teams have gone over here in St. Louis. But we'll see. May might just give it up here. I don't know. Boston's a road favorite, not comfortable at $1.40, but I might want to go against Dusty May here. It feels like right now. I'm not too confident in May probably in this game. So, all right, let's see what you got here in this one. But I think I'm going to take the Red Sox. But let's go to the chat right now and see what you guys have. Okay, Robert says Royals first 5, but White Sox are he's on that other game there. Bar's on the over here. Cash Kane, Red Sox money line. Public Enemy says Red Sox Cardinals game to go over. Barley says Red Sox first 5 here in this one. That might be it for you. I'm taking the Red Sox here. I just think I'm going against May. I think I'm going against May is probably the key here in this game. Dustin May so far, the numbers aren't good, and I'm sure he'll come back to the pack a little bit. But right now, that 16 ERA, Boston kind of desperate for a win here right now at 4-8. St. Louis is 7-5, looking good. Boston just 1-5 on the road, but I'm going to take them here. Fernando's going under. Okay, the Rockies will get another chance tonight when they take on the Padres. We just saw the Padres hit that grand slam. Slam Diego. And they got the win there. Hey, have anybody seen the Padres alternate uniforms? I'm sure your team has a cool alternate uniform, but I think the Padres got the coolest alternate uniforms. They dumped those flamboyant ones for a Dia de los Muertes theme. You got to see these things, man. These things are tight. Rockies here with Sugano on the mound. Man, they were on a winning streak before they lost last time out. But Sugano here, 1.68 ERA, 0.84 whip, 9 strikeouts in 10 2/3 innings, 6 hits and 2 earned runs so far. Sugano's look pretty good. For Buehler, I'm not too thrilled about him, but at least at this price. 9.45 ERA, 1.95 whip, 7 strikeouts, 6 2/3 innings. Hope the Padres can win this game, but probably like the Rockies here on the run line. Why not? Plus 1.5, minus 1.4. Oh, it's up to 140, but I'm probably going to take it still. I'm going to take the Rockies here on the run line against my Padres. They should have covered the run line yesterday. I was on them. Grand slam in the bottom of the 12th inning, and that can happen. It should have been just a one-run game, and all you got to do is get a little base hit. Doesn't have to hit it over the wall. It was Xander Bogaerts with the grand slam there and Slam Diego. But I'm going to take the Rockies, I think, here in this one. Rockies are 10-3 as on the run line as an underdog. They've been an underdog in every game this season, but 10-3 on the run line here. Now, to be fair, the Padres are 5-1 as a run line favorite, so they could counter that. But again, it was a one-run game, and this line is probably too high for me. I got to take Colorado on the run line, I think, here in this one. Colorado had struggled on the road so far, 2-5. And they finished last year, I think, with an 8-game losing streak on the road. But Padres are 9-1 at home against Colorado in the last 10 games. So could be an auto fade spot against the Rockies. But hey, it should have been a cover yesterday. Win 12 innings. Usually that's going to be a one-run game. Padres bullpen in the pretty decent. The Rockies' road struggles could keep this one down a little bit. Colorado's 2-5 to the under so far on the road. They're also 4-9 to the under overall. Padres are 2-3 to the under as a favorite, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Rockies here plus a run and a half. Let's see what the chat says. Public Enemies on the over in this one. Cash Kane, Rockies money line. JP Farley likes the Rockies first 5, and Robert will take the over in this one. Next up, we've got the Astros taking on the Mariners here. And Emerson Hancock going here against Tomoyuki Imai of the Astros. Astros come in here 6-7 so far on a 4-game losing streak. The Mariners, they're 4-9. They're on a big-time losing streak as well. Houston is 3-0 as an underdog, though, so far this season. Winning as an underdog on the run line as well as a run line underdog so far. So a little bit, maybe this is their role. You got Hancock here, $1.35 per Emerson Hancock, 0.71 ERA, 0.55 whip, 14 strikeouts, 12 2/3 innings, just 1 earned run in 6 hits as well. Hancock looking strong. Meanwhile, for Tatsuya Umai, I think I was confused him with some other import. Imai, 4.32 ERA, 1.55 with 13 Ks and 8 1/3 innings so far, 6 hits, 4 earned runs so far for Seattle here. Seattle just 3-7 as a favorite so far this season, 4-9 overall. It's been a rough start for these Mariners. Still, you've got Emerson Hancock here, should be the better pitcher. You know what I'm doing? I'm taking the under, I think, in this one. If it's an American League game, I think I'm going under today, guys, if you just want to make it easy. I'm not under in every game, as I said, but if it's 2 American League teams, I think I'm on the under. I think that's how we're going to play it. Seattle's gone under in 5 of their last 6. Houston has been an over here for sure, no doubt so far. 8-2 to the over in their last 10, 9-4 to the over this season, but Seattle's gone under in 7 of their last 10. Coming in, let's see what the chat has to say. Astros money line for Cash Kane. Robert's on the Mariners money line. JP Farley's on the Stros on the money line. Stros beer. All right, I like Hancock's numbers here, but I'm going to go ahead and take the under in this one. Give me the under here on the Morning Steam Show. Another under. One more in the major leagues tonight. It's going to be the Rangers on the road taking on the Dodgers here. Now this one, it says 8.5 over 20, but I think the under's already been hit here a little bit. It's still 8.5 over 20. Got the Dodgers here at 235 with Glasgow going. Total 8.5 over 20. It opened as high as 9.5, though. Wow. Big move to the under here in this game. What's going on with that? Is Rocker going to come in and... Come on. Dodgers going to smash Rocker. Aren't they? Rocker does come in with a 3.6 ERA. Glasnow a 3 ERA. Texas is 7-5. They've won 3 straight. Swept Seattle at home in those low-scoring games. Dodgers here, meanwhile, had their winning streak snapped by Toronto, 4-3, but they still were hot. Dodgers are only 9-3 so far. 4-2 at home. Texas 4-2 on the road. 5-2 as an underdog. Dodgers are 2-4 to the under at home. Texas has kind of been an under so far, but on the road 4-1-1 to the over here. I'm taking the Dodgers on the run line to crush Texas here today. Dodgers are 7-5 as a run line favorite. Not awful, although just 2-4 as a run line favorite at home. Still got to lay a little bit of price here with that. The old minus here. The Dodgers -1.5, only at -110 though. So I'll take it. I'm going to take the Dodgers to blow them out here. Let's just see how it goes with Camille Rocker here. Look, he'll be fine. He's already looked okay here. But Kumar Rocker, 1.4 whip, just 5 innings so far, 1 start, 3 strikeouts, 6 hits, 2 earned runs. Let's just see how it goes so far early on. I'm sure Rocker will be pretty good here, but let's just be a little cautious here with him right now going up against the Dodgers. I like the Dodgers on the run line. Dodgers run line for Public Enemy. Kane likes the under, and he says 4-3. JP Farley says Texas team total under. Thank you, everyone, for that. That's the baseball card, I guess, today, huh? All right, we got a pretty big NBA card here now. We have 2 games we're not going to cover, I don't think, on the show. The Nets and the Bucks, the Grizzlies and the Jazz. No coverage of those games because those teams are eliminated. So let's go to the NBA, though. We got a nice card here, big card. So we're going to be here a few more minutes for sure. But don't forget, in an hour and 15 minutes, Mikey, Money, Sharky Waters will preview the Major League Baseball card for Friday on Bases Loaded here on the Sports Money Network. Dodgers run line for Robert here, and 9 Legacy says Texas money line for an upset today. Hey, I hope so. Well, not now. I'm betting the Dodgers, but they can't win them all. Okay, let's get started now. We got some of these. Look, we've been really doing well. I want everyone to catch me over on the Cover the Spread show on YouTube here. I've been rolling on this show, playing mostly the angles here. You get some of the picks here sometimes, but I've been playing mostly the motivational angles. And 3 times this week, I have a segment on the show. I call it the Big 3. I just have my 3 best plays there for the day. And 3 times this week, I went 3-0, and it's been in the NBA. So back-to-back days, I went 3-0 with those picks. So check me out over there, Cover the Spread show here on YouTube. We'll start it off here with the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat taking on the Washington Wizards. Heat have lost 2 in a row, coming in here probably in not need of a win. But I think the Heat are going to come in 10th place no matter what. I don't think they can change their fate actually coming in. Now, they are 2 games behind the Hornets. So maybe they do own the tiebreaker against them. I really didn't look. So I probably should if I'm playing the motivation angle. But still, come on. The Hornets are going to probably win another game and at least get 9th place, if not 8th. So the Heat here, big number here, 18 against the Wizards. Now, the Wizards have really looked bad in some of these games right now. But even this one could be a little bit crazy with that number there at 8. Now, the Wizards haven't been covering anything here of late, really having some struggles. But at 18, you got a Heat team that maybe not motivated to crush here on the road. I don't think they can move any higher. And the Heat have lost 10 of their last 13, 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games. Now, Washington has lost 11 straight at home, 8 straight overall, and they've gone just 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games here. Washington's gone over in 12 of their last 18, and Miami's gone over in 10 of their last 13. But I will note that this spread was opened as high as 250 and is down to 246.5 here right now. We've lost some value here, but I am going to take the under in this one. It's already dropped 4.5 points off the overnight line. I mean, or 3.5 at least here. Maybe more. I haven't even looked at it in a while. No, it's 246. It is 245.5 at DraftKings. So, look, this one almost a 5-point drop here on the total with this one. And the teams are definitely going over. But what's happened here on some of these mismatched games is that the team that's bad, if you will, the Wizards here, the bad teams just aren't upholding their end of the bargain. And so the score will be like, one, like this one, 130 to 115 or something, right? And the Heat will win it, barely won't cover. I guess that's an under, but kind of comparing it to the opening line there. Give me the under in this one with the Heat and the Wizards. Awkward game, to say the least, here with the Heat. 2 games left in the season. The Heat are going to be the 10th team in the play-in tournament. They graduated last year from the 10th seed, so maybe they could do it again this year. But Washington's been non-competitive, honestly, at home. Miami should have a defense to at least make this interesting on the number here. My number actually made it 22, but I still don't want to lay it here, kind of. Both teams trending over, but just Washington probably have a trouble getting there. If it was if it was a Washington game in the 230s, it'd be, almost a cheat code for the over because of Washington's defense so bad and their pace also. I can't tell you, but, if I read you the trends, you'd go over. But I'm going to go under in this one. See what the chat says here. If anything here, Heat overkill Bam to score 93 points. Bar is on the Wizards here, plus the points, and so is our tops. I might get there too. I don't know. Probably can't do a premium, but give me the under. Okay, you got the Pistons here and the Hornets right now in this one. And look, the Hornets, hey, as hot as they've been, probably got to cool down here a little bit. Nothing to play for here for the Hornets, unfortunately. Nothing to play here for the Pistons, unfortunately. The Pistons have already clinched first place, so they really got nothing to shoot for here, and we've seen this line already climb from 3.5 up to 5.5 now because Pistons, they probably will even rest players. I don't think they've announced that yet, but why would you have Cunningham in there at this point? Why would you have Stewart? Let's see what they do, but really, the Pistons have nothing to play for in this game. They've already clinched the number 1 seed. The Hornets, meanwhile, need it. They are in 9th place. They're trying to catch the Sixers or maybe the Magic with 2 games to go. So they got to win 1 or 2 games and hope those guys lose a game or 2 to get out of that 9 slot. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty tough. You're going to have the Heat playing the Hornets. At Charlotte in that first game, probably, if they don't move up. So does feel like this one's going to be almost a mail-it-in game, even for the Hornets here. They'll be trying hard. They'll probably win. They might even cover here. But I'm going to take the under here in this one with the Pistons and the Hornets. Now, again, if you look at this situation here, now I will say this. Detroit, an impressive 12-2 against the spread as an underdog this year, but again, they have nothing to play for. Charlotte is 14-26 to the under at home. Detroit, 16-22 to the under on the road. I'm going to go under here. The total's definitely moved up here a little bit. 225 now. It was 223. I don't know if I agree with that move. I'm going under with Detroit and Charlotte. More unders for me here today. I'm miserable. Okay, here, Public Enemy on the Hornets. Robert's on the Hornets as well. Our Tom's on the Hornets. Everybody's on the Hornets except for Barr. Says maybe at 5.5, just a little bit too much. The backup guys, whoever the Pistons have in there, can do it. It will be the Pistons' backups against the starters of the Hornets, that's for sure. He says they should still do it. It's their job to perform. Next up, it's the Cavaliers taking on the red-hot Hawks here. Man, the Hawks have been really smashing here, haven't they? Hawks are favored here by 8.5 now. I'm going to put 7.5. It did go up to 8.5 for a while, but it's back down to 7.5. Total 233.5 here in this one. The Hawks coming in here right now. Pretty key game here for the Hawks. They're in sixth place. If you want to be at least in sixth, that'd be great. They could actually get to fifth over the Raptors, but they also could fall back to the Magic if they're not careful here. Now for Cleveland, they do have some motivation. The Knicks are ahead of them by 1 game, but unfortunately, we've already heard that Cleveland is planning on resting players. So sounds like they're going to be content. Donovan Mitchell is out of this game. Jared Allen is out. Sam Merrill is out. Thomas Bryant is out. These guys are out. The Hawks are going to crush these guys probably today. I got to go under here. Cleveland's not going to have much of anything going on. It's going to be an under for me, man. I know that spread's getting up there, but Cleveland mailing this one in. Like I said, they do have the motivation, but they might be playing a little gamesmanship here, actually. You know, the Cavaliers are going to be the number 4 seed here if they end up probably losing here, and the Knicks will get the 3rd seed. So the Cavs are going to play either the Raptors or the Hawks, most likely. Right now, they're in line to play the Raptors here, and maybe that's their preferred matchup. They know if they lose this game and maybe the Raptors, who knows what's going to happen. The Raptors are playing the Knicks, and the Hawks, they could win. The Hawks could, be careful because the Hawks could pass the Raptors up here. They're tied, in which case the Cavaliers would play the Hawks. So they might be trying to, gamesmanship a little bit here, but they can't be sure which way it's going to go. Anyway, I'm going to take the under in this one because I think the Cavaliers are going to mail this one in and have problems scoring points in here, and I think the Hawks end up probably winning this one, but I'm going to go under here in this one. Hawks have lost 2 straight. I said they're hot. We know they're hot, but they did lose 2 in a row. The Cavs have actually won 4 in a row. The Hawks' losses were to Cleveland and the Knicks, to be fair. Cleveland, meanwhile, with wins over Golden State, Indiana, Memphis, and Atlanta. These 2 teams, of course, did just meet there 2 nights ago, and it was 122-116. And that one won by the Cavaliers at home. Now they're flipping it here. Atlanta won earlier, 130-123 at home against Cleveland, and Cleveland won the first meeting at home, 117-108. So the home team has won and covered all 3 games this season. I'll take the under in this one. All right, let's see here. Cleveland for Barr. Under for Farley. And, yeah, probably got to take a day off there with Cunningham. Art Toms likes the under here. Public Enemy says Cavs and Hawks under. Greg says revenge for Atlanta. He likes the revenge factor for Atlanta. Cleveland going to sit 2 players, he says. Next up, the Raptors are taking on the Knicks here in this one in the Garden. And the Knicks are favored here heavily. 6-point favorite here against the Raptors. Well, look, the Raptors, like we said, now they're in 5th place. They're trying to hold off the Hawks. Might not be the worst idea, but, for the bottom teams, it's probably not as important. You're still going to be on the road for your series there for the most part. And for the Raptors here, they've won a couple in a row, but the Knicks have won 4 straight right now. The Knicks might have a motivation here to stay ahead of the Cavaliers for 3rd place overall. They've won 4 straight coming in. And for the Knicks here, coming in right now with a home record of 26-13 against the spread, where they've been so good this season, it seems like right now. Total here, 219.5. It is pretty low, but look, you have Toronto here, 14-26 to the under on the road, 13-19 to the under as a dog here right now. And I don't know if this game's going to necessarily produce a lot of points. To see it there, 219, already somewhat indicating that it will be a low-scoring game. So let's see what you have here in this one. Look, the Knicks probably should win. Toronto's going to be a little bit motivated here, I think. But it does feel like now Knicks are 21-18 to the over at home, 34-31 to the over as a favorite, but Toronto's been a massive massive under team this year, of course. Like I said, especially on the road. So I'm going to go under in this one with Toronto and the Knicks tonight. Give me another under here. Kind of like the Knicks, but I think the under is the under feels like is my better option here, if I could say it like that. Toronto is 0-10 in the last 10 games against the Knicks, and they've failed to cover in 7 straight games against them. The Knicks have been strong at home. Both teams heavy under trends here. I'm going to go under, but look, I get it here. The Sharps are on the Raptors. Make no mistake. But I'm going to go ahead and take the under as my play. And Knicks own these guys right now, no doubt about it. Roberts on the under here. Toronto beats bad teams and loses to good teams every time. Art Thompson's on the Raptors. Farley's on the under here. Barr's on the Knicks. Greg said Knicks own Toronto. 113-106, he's got it. Knicks for Public Enemy. And Barr says the Raptors, they had to play the back-to-back game, not back-to-back in days, but they played Miami twice at home last night. Now they got to go play on the road against the Knicks. Knicks played last night too, to be fair, but they played at home against Boston. Toronto's got to get out of town and go play New York on the road. So a little bit of a factor. A lot of teams playing back-to-backs because, well, every team's playing a back-to-back because every team is playing today, or every team that played yesterday anyway. Okay, next up, we did skip the game between we're skipping the game between the Nets and the Bucks. We're not there yet. 76ers and Pacers here. Now, look, the Sixers are favored here by 15.5. Joel Embiid just had emergency appendectomy surgery, so he's not playing. Granted, the Sixers are, heading to the playoffs. They do have a little bit of motivation here as well for the postseason because they're currently in 8th place. They got to stay in 8th place if they can ahead of the Hornets, but they could catch the Magic. They could move up a spot. But still, come on, the Pacers have actually been doing a good job covering here of late. Despite, there was a time there when the Pacers were on those losing streaks and they were not covering spreads, but they've kind of settled it down. And now the Sixers have lost 3 straight. They've been tumbling. They're not going to have Embiid here. Hopefully he'll be okay for the playoffs. You're going to miss a game or two. That's all you can afford to miss because the Sixers are going to be in the play-in tournament here next week. So hopefully he'll be ready to go. But 15.5 against the Pacers team that's actually been covering some numbers here of late. Pacers are 22-17 against the spread at home. Sixers are one of the best road teams for sure. 24-15 ATS, 26-16 ATS as a favorite. They're almost in their best role here, but I don't know. Not at 15. Not for me. Not at 15.5 here. I think I prefer the Pacers. They've actually gotten some numbers here of late. The Pacers here, let me see. Pacers have covered 9 of their last 11 games overall, despite the fact they've lost 16 of 20. Phillies failed to cover in 4 of their last 6. They are 4-1 against the Pacers in the last 5, but I'm going to take the Pacers in this one. Give me the Pacers here. Uh, plus 15. I'm going Pacers. Okay, Bar's laying it though with the Sixers. Bar says the Pacers do need to lose today here, though. Maybe that's a tankathon scenario there, right? Because they're 2 games ahead. But come on, Washington's got it, man. They've lost 8 in a row. Pacers are trying too hard. Washington isn't going to blow their lead in the tankathon. Bars on the Sixers. Greg says 125-109. Robert's on the over. Farley's on the over. Art Thompson's on the over. Greg says Philly and under here. I'll take the Pacers, though. I'll take the Pacers. Greg says Friday is Friday for the favorites. Wednesday for the dogs. Next up, the Pelicans are taking on the Celtics here on the road. Hey, the Celtics, if I'm not mistaken, didn't the Celtics just lose their last game there yesterday against the Knicks and fail to cover the spread? Well, if that's the case, then you got to come back on the Celtics. That's what you do. Now, here's the problem. Celtics here, not really motivated here. They're going to finish in second. The Knicks, I think, could catch them and pass them, but all the Celtics got to do is win one more game to clinch second place, and they're favored here to destroy the Pelicans. So they're not going to lose, but can they cover here in this one? The trends would say that they do. They always come back and cover, do the Celtics, when they are, when they fail to cover the next game. They're very, very strong in this role. So I'm going to take them to do so. It might be a little bit, like I said, no real motivation other than all they got to do is win the game here to clinch second place in the Eastern Conference. It's almost like a done deal already. And not only that, you're going to have some rest spots here, though, a little bit, I think, even for Boston. We're just getting the news out here right now that Zion is out of this game. Also, Matkovich out, Sadiq Bey out, Herb Jones out. All these guys are out. Everybody's out for the Pelicans. And Jaylen Brown, you got to figure he might not play here for the Celtics. Still rest at Achilles. Make sure you don't get injured. But I got to take the Celtics. They're up to 17 already here. Just went up because of the news that just came out that you got not only – we already knew Zion out, but Jones, Bey, and Matkovich was just ruled out here within the last 5 minutes. So they're resting a bunch of players, starting 17.5 here at some spots. And the total hasn't moved too much, but I'm taking the Celtics here. Okay, and let's see what we got here. Maybe a little action here. Bars on the Pelicans here. Greg says it will be Boston easy in this one. Bar says no Tatum and no Brown here. I haven't seen Tatum officially ruled out, but I'd have to think he would sit after the back-to-back, where they already said it's sitting them back-to-backs here now, and the season's just about over. Robert's on the Celtics. Art Thompson's on the under here. Greg says Celtics to get it. Robert's on the under. We're skipping the next game with the Nets and the Bucks, but we do have the Mavericks and the Spurs here right now, huh? How about that? Got the Spurs here, 17.5, and the total in this one, 235.5. Man, the Spurs are big favorites here, of course, but again, what's my motivation? It might be the story here for the Spurs. They're in second place. They're not going to get further. They're done. They're in second place. Can't change a thing here. So let's see what the Spurs do with their personnel in this game and who they play and who they don't. It's already gone up to 18 at some spots. Cooper Flagg does have an injury designation, but he's probable. Cooper Flagg is going to score 50 points in this game tonight, isn't he? Caleb Martin doubtful, Brandon Williams doubtful, Najee Marshall doubtful, P.J. Washington doubtful, and Gafford is doubtful. Clay is probable. Wemby's questionable. He's not going to play. Come on. Castle questionable here. So Spurs are 17.5. That's too many. I think this is a game where Cooper Flagg already probably going to win the Rookie of the Year. Sure, the Spurs, good, very good defensive team, elite defensive team. But I don't know if Wemby's going to play this one. Cooper Flagg's already had all these games where he's been on fire here. He's going to score a bunch of points in this game. He's going to go off tonight in this game. Now, I don't know if that's actually going to result in an over, especially what we've seen. Sometimes he scores, 40 points and it still goes under by 20 points. But Dallas 17-23 against the spread on the road. San Antonio 21-16 against the spread at home. Dallas 14-26 to the under on the road. I'm going to take Dallas here plus the points, but I think it probably goes under actually. Even if I would almost say the more. No, I know this sounds. I think some people understand this. The more points Flag scores, the better chance it's going to go under a little bit. That's just the way it is when you have a top-heavy scorer like that. And this is already a high total. But I think Flag has an incredible game tonight. They're going to be talking about Flag, win or lose, in this game tonight. Spurs have been dominant, but this number is massive. Dallas is bad. I don't think they're this bad. They haven't really been getting numbers. Spurs are a good cover, but blowout risk is likely. And when you get that, like I said, I mean, not that, I'm taking the Mavs. Still could be a blowout. The Mavs could cover. Spurs have gone under in 6 of their last 8 here too. So I'm going to take the Mavs here in this one. Okay, here we go. We got some plays here. Greg Gibson says got Boston Earth, Wind, and Fire beatdown. What does that mean? Boston Earth, Wind, and Fire beatdown. Do it. Hearts of fire, love, desire, high and higher to the world you belong. Come together on a special day. All right, Dallas here for our tops. Greg Gibson says 127-110. Farley's on the over. Mavs for VAR. Dallas might not score 100. They could, Flag could score 45 and they end up with 105 points. Robert here on the under. Why would the Spurs? They have no need to come out motivated at all. Greg says these favorites are going to roll tonight. Public Enemy says Spurs and Mavs under. Alcaraz just blitzed Bublik. Just ended here right now. 6-3, 6-love. Man, Carlos rocked Bublik. All right. Public Enemy, is that Earth, Wind, and Fire? Yeah, that was tough. That was tough. It needs to be a little louder, and I can do the Earth, Wind, and Fire. Philip Bailey. Okay, that's it. That one. That's enough on that one. You should hear me sing Reasons. All right, here we go. Next up, Magic and the Bulls. Here in this one, Magic favored on the road by 15, 243.5 here. Oh boy. Is it really going to be a big time over here between these two right now? Chicago has won 2 in a row here. A little bit of life here at the end of the season. They're already toast, but they've covered 3 in a row. Meanwhile, Chicago here, 29-21 against the spread as an underdog. Orlando, 17-21 against the spread on the road, 21-28 against the spread as a favorite here. Orlando has won 4 straight, covered 3 of those 4 games. A big favorite here by 15. Orlando with some motivation here to advance in the postseason standings here. They are in 7th. They could get out of the play-in if they get a little bit of cooperation from the Hawks or the Hawks' opponents. Doesn't feel like they'll get there. You do want to kind of hold on to the 7th spot. Maybe sure you're finish ahead here of the 76ers right now, and the Sixers are struggling. So I think the Magic, all the All they got to do is win here. That does seem like a big number, though, against the Bulls. Have actually covered a little bit here of late. Little bit of life here for the Bulls at the end of the season. They just did look impressive, beating Washington in back-to-back games, although that was Washington. Giddey is questionable. Here, Nick Richards questionable, Okoro questionable, Buzelis questionable. So there are some issues here for the Bulls. I think I've got to go under here in this one with the Bulls and the Magic. Give me the under 242 here with this one. Might be a little bit of a, I'm not sure on the side, but right now the Bulls are 15 and 25 to the under at home, and I'm going to try the under, I think, in this one. Yeah, it looks high, but every time right now you see these bad teams against good teams, I don't know if I can call the Magic good. Maybe they are, but the bad teams just end up not pulling their share of the bargain. Usually when you get, right now it seems like when you're getting two bad teams, they'll go over. But one bad, one good seems to want to go under, and two good teams wants to go over. Yeah, Maurice White passed away. That was recently, wasn't it, Greg? I mean, recently. That was a few months ago, several months ago, maybe. And Greg here says 129, 113. Farley on the under. R. Thompson on the under. And after all the reasons why, Magic in the under for Greg here, and Robert goes with the Bulls. First half only. All right. Keep it moving here right now. We're going to get the show over with in 45 minutes. We got bases loaded with Mikey and Sharky previewing the baseball action here today. Thunder and the Nuggets in this one. You got the Thunder here. 12.5 point dogs against the Nuggets. So, look, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure this out. The Nuggets probably going to crush these guys today. Maybe by 20. Who knows? Denver has motivation in this game. They are trying to hold off the Lakers here. Now, they should. Lakers have to trail them by one game, but here come the Rockets too, have won 8 in a row. So the Nuggets certainly have motivation here, trying to wrap up that third place, and it seems like they want it. I mean, they've won 10 in a row. Rockets have won 8 in a row, so they're trying to stay ahead. Lakers are the team that's kind of But the Thunder come in here having won 7 straight. Doesn't matter. It's 12, 12 and a half. You know what's going to happen in this game. This is going to be a blowout for the Nuggets. Oklahoma City's already announced all their players are resting in this game. SGA out. Holmgren out. Wallace out. Mitchell out. Joe out. Caruso out. Hartenstein out. Jokic is questionable here, but I think they need the game enough that he could play and Murray could play. Gordon, he's up there at questionable here, so could be tough. You know, the Nuggets could still go on and win maybe without a couple of those guys. But you got to take something. I'll take the over here. I'll take the over. OKC's backups, can they just match up here? Will it be kind of just a freewheeling game? Even if the Nuggets cruise through, they could win. The Thunder are going to be that shorthanded, it looks like. Every time the Thunder have been underdogs 3 times this season, and they went over in all 3 of those games. Also, Denver 35 and 20 the over. I'm going to take the over in this one with Oklahoma City and Denver. Nuggets for Public Enemy. Over for R. Tomps. Greg has it here for the Nuggets, and Nuggets spread here for Farley. Okay, next up. Timberwolves and Rockets here. The Rockets favored by 10.5 in this one over the Wolves. Now, this one, kind of a similar scenario. The Rockets here playing for 5th, trying to get to 4th over the Lakers. Rockets and Lakers are going to play each other probably, and the 4th place is going to host it. So the Rockets, if they could win and maybe the Lakers lose, they'll be in 4th place. So they're motivated. The Timberwolves are in nowhere land, just like last time when they got blown out of the water. They're in 6th place. They're not going anywhere. and they've lost some games here too. But they just lost, of course, that last game to Orlando by 12 there a couple nights ago. Houston, meanwhile, is on a roll here. They're one of the hottest teams in the league. You got to think Houston's going to bury these guys tonight. I got to take Houston minus the points here for sure in this one. Houston already won at home this year, 110 to 105. They covered in this one. Minnesota covered their home game back a few weeks ago when these two teams met. Although earlier, that was it. This is the third meeting of the season. But I think I like the Rockets here in this one. Minnesota really nothing to play for. The Rockets do have something to play for. Houston's won 8 straight. Minnesota's struggling. Minnesota heavy to the under right now, 14 of their last 20. But Rockets here control the tempo, strongly correlated here. I think that the Rockets, win this game, and they are 14 and 25 to the under at home, although Minnesota 23 and 17 to the over. I think mostly when you look at these teams, you might think under here, but I'm not sure. I'm just going to take the Wolves to blow them out. I'm taking the Rockets. Rockets to blow them out. I said that, right? Rockets to blow them out. Let's see here. Robert's on the under in this one. Barley says Rockets on the spread. Public Enemy likes H-Town. Robert likes Rockets here. And I think Greg says 116 to 105. Heck, I got to go with the Rockets to blow them out there. All right, guys, we're skipping we're skipping over the Grizzlies and the Jazz. I know everybody's bummed out about that, but next up will be the Warriors taking on the Kings here. And look, the Warriors, they do have no motivation whatsoever. They're in 10th place. They're not going anywhere. So just be healthy. I don't think Steph Curry will play. No reason to play him out there. But, other than keep him going a little bit, he's probable. But why would you play him? Santos questionable, Richard questionable, Post questionable, Porzingis questionable as well. DeRozan is out for the Kings, but I like the Kings here plus the points, I think, in this one. I think we'll see if the Warriors play. Are they crazy? You just had this your superstar on the injured list, all those games. I guess he's going to get out there and, run around and make sure he's good and fit because he's a pro athlete. Why wouldn't he be all good and fit? He could walk out of the tunnel after a year and nail a 75-footer. So I'm going to take the Kings in this one. Look, Warriors are, the team that's going to the postseason here, albeit I think they're the only team that's going to the postseason that will be under 500 here for the Warriors. But I think, Steph missed 27 games. So, I'd rather just take the points here in this one. Look, Warriors are fine, but they're still 17 and 22 against the spread on the road. Kings were a bad spread team. We know that. But I think the scenario says Warriors does not matter here. They just need, stay healthy. That's really all there is to it. And you got a little bit of revenge here. They just played the other day. It was 110-105 Warriors. Kings actually played them tough in San Francisco, covering 14.5. Wouldn't be surprised. This is guys? This is a money line game here too. I think it's a money line game for the Kings. The Kings suck. We know that. But the Kings, if they can beat their minor little rival here, this is one the Kings might light the beam. Or does the beam even work anymore? It's a big number for the Warriors team that was in poor form before. I know it was no Steph. Sacramento's covered 5 of their last 7. I think the trends kind of point over here, but Warriors 32 and 16 to the over. But if they lose, what does it really mean? I think if they lose, it goes under actually, and they might lose. No matter what, I'm taking on the show here the Kings on the spread, but I think that you're looking for a big money line, right? You're never going to get it really when you got two great teams or whatever. You try to find a spot. Where can you take a nice, decent money line where the team's going to have a chance to win? You get the Kings tonight at 7-2. This is where you do it. This is where you do it. Take a little shot with the Kings on the money line here. Okay, here we go. Public Enemy Warriors money line. Farley's on the under. Barr says over here, and R. Thompson's on the under. Keep it moving here. Just a couple more games left. Clippers and Trailblazers here. Oh, what an interesting game this is. Trailblazers are in 9th place, just one game back of the Clippers, and their favorite here are the Trailblazers. And, Clippers, hey, did that trade? I mean, have they really played that much better after that? Maybe they have. I don't know. But Clippers here have won 2 of 3. They just lost last time out to Oklahoma City, 128-110. Portland, meanwhile, has lost 2 straight, but it was to Denver and San Antonio. So here it feels like Portland, they're motivated here. They could catch the Clippers for 8th place. Remember, that's the important thing. 8th and 9th place. So important in the play-in. We know that. Portland could catch the Clippers here. I think this turns into a very, very tough game, a defensive game, I think, in this one. I'm going under as my play. I think this is going to be a little bit of a fight here. It really is key. I mean, 8th place and 9th place, huge difference in my opinion. I'm going to take the under in this game between the Clippers and the Blazers. Oh, there's a lot of trends that really support it here, but Clippers are on a brutal road run here, 1-6 ATS. Portland's in better form. They're playing 5 of their last 6 under. I think it's going to be a tight, grindy game here with these two tonight because of the situation. And Portland just won at the Clippers. Now, it could be a Greg Gibson revenge situation, but, Portland finally cracked the code, really. The Clippers had owned Portland here, and I think Portland can taste it a little bit. Portland's definitely played well. The Clippers are just okay. I mean, come on, they're nothing special here. These two teams probably not going to get out of – well, one of them might get out of the play-in anyway, huh? Hey, Valentin Basharov's coming up against Alex Demonauer. Basharov's been awesome here. I want to take Basharov. Okay, let's see what the chat has in this one. It's going to be Clips money line for Public Enemy, under for Farley, under for R. Thompson, under for Robert. A lot of unders there. I guess I got one more, you guys. Thanks for a great show today. I'm having a great time here. I wish there was more sports to talk about. I guess we could go to the no hockey today. No hockey. I guess we could go to maybe the UFL afterwards. There's a UFL game. I know I'm taking Denver in the Frozen Four tomorrow. Good for Wisconsin. I didn't see that coming, but I'm going to take Denver in the Frozen Four championship game tomorrow. Last up here, the Suns are taking on the Lakers. Certainly an interesting game we have to talk about. So the Lakers here, obviously, they're in a crucial situation, trying to hold on for 4th place. They could even get 3rd from Denver, but it's probably not going to happen. But they're tied right now with the Rockets. Like I said, it's either going to be Lakers, Rockets, Rockets, Lakers. One of those two teams is going to be 4th, and one's going to be 5th. And the 4th place team is going to host the series. Now, the Suns come in here awkwardly in 7th place where they have no motivation. They cannot move up to 6th. They cannot fall down to 7th. Lakers are missing 2 key players. I get that. But the Suns, I mean, they really don't have – okay, maybe they come out here and play good on the Lakers here. The Lakers, they won their last game, didn't they, without those guys? They just beat them. They just beat Golden State, 119-103. I think Golden State is kind of – they're not as good as the Suns, but the Lakers, we know it's a little bit of a rivalry, too, between these two teams, Lakers and Suns here. Suns have been owning the Lakers, actually, of late. Suns have won here, what is it, 4 of 5? Between the two teams? I have it here somewhere. Phoenix has won 5 of the last 7, covered 4 out of the last 6. I think this one goes over. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be an over game tonight. They've already played. The only one of the 3 have gone over so far this season, but Lakers 22-17 to the over at home, 18-13 to the over as an underdog. I think this one goes over actually between the Suns and the Lakers, but I'm not sure the Suns. I mean, it went from 1.5 to 2.5. I promise you, the Suns have other than hey, we want to beat the Lakers just to beat the Lakers. The Lakers will have their guys out there that they have, and they're just going to have to do it with them. LeBron, Kennard, Hachimura, Ayton, LaRabia, your favorite guys out here. Phoenix could, Booker's already out, right? Booker's out, I'm pretty sure. Let me look here real quick. Booker's out of this game. Highsmith out, Goodwin out, Green questionable, Williams probable. Lakers are looking, Smart questionable, Hayes questionable, but I think the motivation's important enough here. The Lakers will still have an okay team out there. They're going to be okay in this game. I don't know if I mind the Lakers. I'm going to take the over as my official play, but just because those 2 guys are gone right now, Portland, Phoenix, like I said, it's a huge difference when you have any kind of motivation at all. And other than, hey, we want to beat the Lakers, realistically, the Suns are in 7th place, and they're not going anywhere. See what the chat has here. Lakers on Public Enemy on the Lakers. R. Thomp's on the under, and Farley's on the Lakers here. And every time you want to bury the Lakers, not you guys, but in general, right? They had a pretty good year of winning when they maybe were counted out. Hi, SF Niner here. He's got the Kings on the money line with me. All right, SF Niner, you and I. Kings money line tonight. Okay, gang, I guess that's it for the morning steam. Really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to me over at winnable.com. And also, don't forget, we've got BB MMA picks here coming up. Just go to the live tab. You want to get your handicapping started. We previewed 3 big fights, including Prochazka versus Ulberg main event. Going to do the drawing here right now after we hear from Mikey Money.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
Let's see who wins our drawing for today. Use the promo code WINNER to get 1 month of plays if you win this drawing. And, hey, I had a pretty good night, some overnight action there. We got some tennis coming up. JP Farley has won. That's so cool, man. Finally, JP Farley wins. JP gets a free month there over at winnable.com. I don't know if JP's on with me or not, so I'll put another month on there if he is. If not, JP, just use the promo code WINNER if you want to get those free picks from me there. I'm looking handsome there. Thank you very much to JP Farley, doing a great job with us since being part of the chat All-Stars. Okay, guess that's going to do it, gang. Really appreciate it. Had a great time here today on the morning steam, except for no hockey. But that's all right. Man, can you believe we're finally getting to the playoffs? We're finally getting rid of some of these crummy matchups here. But we got one more big NBA, a couple more big NHL cards here to go. All right, everyone. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Don't forget, stay tuned here. In 30 minutes from now, you'll have the Bases Loaded show with Mikey Money and Sharky Waters. They'll preview the baseball card here for the day. All right, that's going to do it for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steal. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the motherfucker.